Hello everyone, welcome to English grammar classes. This is Dr.Devika Bhatnagar. So going to teach you in depth each and every topic related to English grammar. Parts of the speech we are seeing, right? Parts of the speech introduction I have given you, and in depth we have discussed in parts of the speech, especially noun, pronoun and adjective. Now today we are going to discuss the fourth topic of parts of the speech, that is verbs. Okay, verbs, many of you are having idea what is verb. Verb means any kind of action. Okay, so that action, but there are different types of verbs. Verb forms are different. Total 8 forms of different verbs are there, so that I am going to discuss in depth and with exercises, examples, and end of the video you will have a interesting concept, that is quiz program also. So stay connected. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to our channel and do give your support. Okay, now coming to the class, verbs. What is verb? In simple definition you can say that a verb is a word used to say something about a noun. So a verb is a word which is used to say something about noun. Say Sita is reading book. Sita is reading book. Sita is here noun. So a verb is used. Verb is a word used to say something about noun. Noun is here Sita. About Sita, what it is saying? Sita is reading. Reading is a that is verb. You know very well. Simple that is. But there are different types of nouns. Sorry, different types of verbs. So these verbs we'll see. Now verbs you can in fact divide into 4 parts. In each and every part there are 2 types of verbs that we'll see in depth. The first one is that stative verbs. Stative verbs means it describes about a situation. It describes about any kind of non-action. It is I'm having, this is happening, like it describes about the situation, right? Now for example, if you want to take, you can take words like have, like, own, look. This kind of words you can take it as stative verbs. It is not action, there is no action, only the status. Stative, that particular situation that is describing, right? Example we are taking, I have a beautiful house. I have is here stative verb. I have, I am saying that this is, I am having. Having is wrong once again. I am having a beautiful house. It is wrong. I have enough. Having is wrong. Okay, I have a beautiful house. Have is here stative verb. In the same way, I like chocolates. There is no action, but I am saying that I like. Like is here stative verb. So this is stative verb. Like, stative verb means it describes about a situation, no action, non-action. This kind of words you can take, right? So example also we have seen. Next one, it comes to action verbs. Very well, you know it very well. Action verbs, any action, playing, jumping, reading, studying, and sleeping, eating, anything, any action. Action comes under the action verbs. Okay, now example I have taken playing, singing, painting, etc. You can take n number of actions are there, right? Action verbs. Now here example, Sita is playing Veena. What is action verb here? Playing. Sita is playing Veena. Playing is here action verb. In the same way, Mohit is swimming. Swimming means this is action verb. Need not to discuss about this much. You have very good idea, right? This is about action verbs. This under one category, number 1 category. Stative verbs, action verb. Number 2 is here helping or auxiliary verbs or modal and main verbs. These 2 categories you have to remember here. What are these 2? First one is helping verbs or auxiliary verbs. Helping verbs or auxiliary verbs means only 3 things we consider it as helping or auxiliary verbs. Those are be, have, do, right? Be, have, do. Be forms means, you know, be means am, is, are. So am, is, was. Am means am, is, was. So these are be forms. And in the same way, have, do. So these three things we consider it as helping verbs or action verbs. Example, if we take, he is working in TCS. He is working in TCS. Is here helping verb. Working is action verb. Both the verbs are there here. Please be careful. This is helping verb or auxiliary verb. Now working is here action verb. Two verbs are there. Are you getting it? In the same way, the office was closed. There is no action verb, but we are finding was. Was is here helping verb. Okay. So these two, is and was, both are helping or auxiliary verbs. Next, fourth one, or in second one. So that is modal or main verbs. Modal or main verbs which are supportive to the main action. Example, you can take can, could, may, will, would, shall, should, must and out. These are, we call it as a modal verbs or main verbs. What these do is here, it always gives you an impression like possibility. Rain may happen, she may come, it may go, like possibility, permission, may I help you, can I. So this kind of permission and certainty, should, must, certainty and necessity, out to go. Okay, out to go, we must go, certainty, compulsory. So this kind of actions are saying in modal verbs. So these are the modal verbs. Remember, very important these. Example I have taken here, I can work out this problem. I can work out this problem. Here, can is here, simple modal verb. I can. Can is modal verb. In the same way, may I have a cup of coffee? May I have a cup of coffee? So here may. May is here modal verb or main verb you can say. In the same way, you can form n number of sentences. You should come to the party. Should is here main verb or modal verb. Okay. In the same way, you can take with could you get me a glass of water? Could I talk to you? In the same way, may I come in? May I have a help from you? So may I talk to you? All these things. Shall, we shall go to a picnic. I shall play cricket. Like anything you can take. So out, must, all these things comes under the main verbs, or you can say it as a modal verbs. Am I clear about these four verbs we have discussed? Stative verbs, action verbs. First one. Now in the second verbs, helping or auxiliary verbs. Modal or main verbs. Take a screenshot. In the next slide, we'll discuss four more verbs. We'll discuss about rest of the four types of verbs. One type is here, regular verbs, irregular verbs. Remember it like this, regular, irregular verbs. Two verbs we got it. Another type is here, transitive verbs, intransitive. Okay, transitive, intransitive verbs. Four types we will see now. First one is that, in this slide, regular verbs. In third one, regular verbs. Regular verbs means generally whatever we say, walk, walked, walked, laugh, laughed, laughed. This kind of verbs we say it as a regular verbs. In other words, you can say when verb is ending with ed. Ed is here, no, walked, walked, walked. Okay, laughed, laughed. When ed you are finding, that is regular verbs, easy to identify. Most of the verbs you will find it regular verbs. This is regular verbs. And second one is irregular verbs. Irregular verb means the verbs which are not ending with ed. No ed. There is no ed. Means each and every verb is different. How? See this. Sing, sang, sung. Sing, sang, sung. Here both are same. Ed, it's ending with ed. Walked, walked, walked. Okay. Laugh, laughed, laughed. Here it is, three verbs are different. Irregular it is. It's not common. There is no ed. Then we say it as irregular verbs. There are many irregular verbs. I have taken few. For example, sing, sang, sung. Come, came, come. Very important. cut, cut, cut. This is also, there are some verbs, 3 forms are same, like cut, 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 hit, hit, hit. There are many. In the same way, go, went, gone, 3 are different. So this kind of different verbs, we say it as irregular verbs. Regular verbs, irregular verbs. Am I clear this? Next we will go for the transitive verbs, intransitive verbs. What is transitive verbs? Transitive verbs means which talks about an object. Where is the marker? Transitive verbs are which talks about an object. When object is there, if you find any kind of these words like hit, carry, make, take, carry, give, carry, it came twice, na? So okay. So like when you find this kind of words where object is there, that is transitive verb. For example, Sanjana gave me a beautiful ring. So here gave is transitive verb, which is talking about an object. What is the object here? Sanjana gave me a beautiful ring. Ring is here object. When object is there as well as you are finding a verb, then that is transitive verbs. Second one you see, they saw an elephant in zoo park. They saw itself is a verb, but what kind of verb? Transitive. How? There is an object. What is that object? Zoo park. So this is an object. Then this is a transitive verbs. Okay. Now intransitive verbs. In intransitive verbs means there is no object at all. There is no object at all. Without object, when we find any kind of verb sentence, then we can say it as intransitive verbs. You will find this kind of words like sit, stand, sleep, live, die, run, laugh, cry. This kind of words generally you will find. Okay. Example, the baby cried. Cried is here verb. But are you finding any object? No object. So that is why it has become intransitive verb. In the same way, Rohit ran quickly. Ran, it is verb. What kind of verb? Intransitive verb, because there is no object. Can you find any object here? No. So that is why it is intransitive verbs. So in this slide we have discussed 4 types of verbs. One is regular verbs, irregular verbs, transitive verbs, intransitive verbs. Am I clear? Take a screenshot. If you understand this 8 types of verbs, if you are sure, then in the next slide we will have quiz. So just stay connected. Welcome to the quiz program on verbs. Okay. Now 10 questions are ready. Okay. Out of these 10 questions, you have to identify verbs and what type of verbs. Actually, I have already identified, I have underlined the verbs. Only you need to identify what kind of verb it is. Am I clear? Just I will read out. You look awesome. Look. My mom was cooking a nice dish. Was cooking, both verbs are there. She is not well. Is. You must work hard to get a good job. Must. Will you come with us to Tirupati? Will. Okay. Now next, she walked inside of a park. Walked. Do you work in a bank? Do. The children are playing football. Playing. I believe that you can get top rank. I believe. I would like to visit Jaisalmer. Would. Am I clear? Take a screenshot or note down. If you have really followed our class, total class, verbs class, 10 out of 10 you have to get. But anyway, the answers are given in the description box. Check out the answers and sincerely your score, whether it is 10 by 10, 8 by 10, 5 by 10, whatever it may be, please write it in the comment box. I feel very happy to read your comments and stay connected. Don't forget to recommend this channel to someone who wants to learn English. Okay. Now practice well. See you in the next class. Good luck.